And welcome to another edition of The Brash, Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with the latest backstage rumors, news, and developments about Triple H and Vince McMahon disagreeing, being at odds over the SummerSlam main event last night between Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. Also, major significant updates on Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, the TKO victory, the blood, and everything that went along with it. Remember to always share my videos on Twitter and Facebook with your friends, your boyfriends, and your girlfriends. And ladies and gentlemen, the Sean's Event t-shirt line is coming to you very soon. So look out for the exclusive Sean's Event t-shirt. You'll be getting them very soon. You can be buying them exclusively on the online store. You'll get all those details later on. And that leads us to the main event of SummerSlam. According to Daily Wrestling News, Vince and Triple H did not agree on the finish to the Brock Lesnar-Randy Orton match all the way up through late Sunday night. Triple H was actually pushing for Randy Orton to go over, while Vince McMahon felt that Brock Lesnar should have ended the show with the victory. With what transpired, Vince McMahon clearly got his wish. Though it's debatable how a TKO victory is perceived as opposed to a clean pinfall, Brock bloodied Orton to the point that the referees had to call the match as doctors tended to the fallen Viper. It's a finish that we haven't seen very often in a WWE ring. Vince's intentions for Lesnar were to keep booking him strong while keeping him away from the title picture until at least the Royal Rumble extravaganza on the WWE Network. Triple H, on the other hand, was campaigning for a Randy Orton win because Orton will be around much longer than Lesnar. Hunter also felt that by giving Lesnar a main event victory, it would send a bad message to the rest of the locker room. In a sense, the rest of the roster would see it as Vince rewarding Brock, even though he failed a drug test while competing in the UFC. Well, this is one of those situations where you win, you lose, because, on one hand, I agree with Triple H, but then you got to see the box office, the attraction that Brock Lesnar, he brings more eyes to the screen. But once again, that also sends a bad message. That sends, a signal where, okay, well, we're neither here or there on it, because if he would have, failed the WWE wellness policy, damn well that they would have had Lesnar compete at SummerSlam, and they would have suspended him after SummerSlam. And UFC and WWE are two completely different entities. The match, though, ladies and gentlemen, going back and looking at it, maybe I was just so amped up and so like, oh my God, it's awesome that maybe the blood, maybe it brought more to it, but, the match could have been a little bit better. Like I said, with my stream having, interruptions and pausing, it was very hard to. But I went back and saw the match, and yeah, the match could have been better. The hype, the build did not match the craze that this match should have had. But the blood definitely added to it. But a TKO victory in WWE, it's something different. Now, that's why I'm not complaining about the match that much, because it's something different. We're not used to seeing something quite like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, long term, yeah, it would have been a good idea. I mean, I agree more with Triple H, but when you're talking about money, when you're talking about putting more eyes on the prize, when you're talking about network subscriptions, when you're talking about ratings, I guess Brock Lesnar had to go over. So, on some points, Triple H was right. On some points, Vince McMahon was right. It was kind of like a rock and a hard place. But if it was Brock Lesnar not failing any UFC drug tests, you got to wonder, would have the situation, the predicament been any different either way? So, ladies and gentlemen, your comments and your opinions. If it were me, I would have had Randy Orton win. I would have Brock Lesnar dominate the whole match, and then Randy Orton out of nowhere RKO 1, 2, 3 with a surprise upset victory. Or there could have been a controversial finish, which, well, it was controversial with a Lesnar victory. Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.